it's pretty much consuming at the early stages of development, Sophie. Like all new business startups, it's you need a lot of energy. You need to put a lot of commitment. You need to make some sacrifices on the home front. But having ran a business previously, I've kind of got a decent work-life balance. But my wife reminds me on a regular basis that perhaps I should be spending a wee bit more time at home. Quite a lot of travelling, given the nature of the business with the supply chain in China and our customer base is expanding overseas. There'll be a fair amount of travelling to look forward to as well. So it's getting the balance, but I think it's at a reasonable level right now.
It's only 7 days in a week. No, it is hard. I have a great family. I've got 4 kids and a wife who works part-time, almost full-time, and looks after the family as well. I do a lot of travelling up and down to London, so a couple of days a week I'm often in London or in somewhere outside of Scotland. So it is hard to get that balance. Probably better now than I was a couple of years ago. Probably not perfect yet, but I think we're getting there. One of the things that I've learnt when we were 7, there was just Paul and I running the business. We've recruited a great management team. So there's now 4 of us on the management team, and that has allowed me to step back slightly from the business. I'm still the main salesperson, which needs to change. But we have an operations director, Simon, and a chief technology director, Chevy, and the 4 of us run the business. So I went on holiday 2 weeks ago, and I didn't completely switch off, but I switched off enough, much more than the year before. So I think you do expect to work not 24/7. You're on call 24/7, but you try and limit it to the 5 days a week. 12, 14 hours a day or whatever. So
during the summer, it's mostly work. I've always got my phone, at least one phone on me, access to emails. It's quite hard to switch off. It never switches off in here, whatever I'm doing. Because it's seasonal, I'm fortunate that when it comes to January, I can say, right, I'm going to close, I'm going to go away. Even if I have to pay someone else to be in the shop, that's my time, which I can do. But during the summer, if there's money to be made, I've got to do it. So if it means not having a day off, so be it.
So what would a holiday in January look like for you?
Skiing or biking. Sitting on a beach doesn't do it for me.
I will immediately say I ring fence the weekends as much as I can, and I could work 24/5 literally. But I really like to have the weekends to recharge.
I don't manage that. No, I don't. And I think it's because our biggest market at the moment is London. And we obviously, as I said earlier, that we would want to change that, but there's no doubt about it. That's our biggest market. And people want me to go down and introduce the chocolate to their customers, and they typically want me on a Saturday and a Sunday. And I have found the unrelenting nature of the travelling and the work quite gruelling. I'm beginning to be able to take a step back now that the PR campaign is beginning to pay off, and I'm not having to do that quite as much.
It feels like I work 24/7, but I structure my day to allow me to have time with my family, which is absolutely crucial, to have time out with them, and as often as I can to get out on my bike, because that's really important to me, to help me relax, and also because I love the sport.
It depends what way you look at it. I think, as with most business owners, they don't switch off. You literally can't switch off. Even in your spare time, you're just thinking of new ideas, or you're seeing opportunities, or things are always developing. Especially when you go to lie down in bed, you try to switch off. That's when you really look over the day. What's worked? What's not worked? What do I need to do tomorrow? So for that point of view, it's 24/7. But in terms of physical work, it's not what it was at the start. No, I mean that was really full on back in year 1 and year 2. Now, when you've got a bit more staff that can support you and so on, then it's not quite as physical as what it is from day 1.
Different phases there. This business is more than 4 years old, so I certainly have served my time, and now I try and switch off at 5 o'clock.
And do you switch off at weekends, or weekends key sale points for you?
I should be switching off at the weekend.
That'll be a no.
I have 2 young kids, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and it's very important to me going into business that they would know what I look like. You know, it was very important that I was part of that family. And my business partner also has had his first child recently, so for us, family is very important. Now, the kids are in our office all the time. You know, they're welcome in our office. We have colouring pens and charts at the side just to keep them active. But it is important that you take that time. It is important to get that balance, because I wouldn't be much use to the business if I was constantly worrying about what was going on at home. And you know,
Are you able to switch the phone off?
I'm getting better at it. I'm not going to say that I'm completely clean yet, but I'm getting better at it.